You trying to be perfect is the exact reason you're failing. And I had to learn this the hard way as well. Because everything that I tried to do, well, before I start the gym, I really want to make sure that my diet is on point. I want to make sure I can buy the best foods. This is exactly what makes most people fail. And it's the same when it comes to the gym, and it's the same when it comes to your confidence and your lifestyle. Just a bit on, I'm going to the gym, I'm drinking my Monster, and I thought, why not slap out a YouTube video and explain to you guys why your perfectionism is killing you. You all want to be perfect because we all, as human beings, think that we know everything. And if something isn't put out to the highest level, we just assume that it's not going to work. And the fear of being able to put out work that isn't the greatest is exactly what keeps us holding back. Now, I'm going to give you an example. There's a few people out there, well, not a few, a lot of people out there, or a type of person, you can say. There's a type of person that says, I don't want to go to the gym because I don't have the exact time that I need, because they believe in order to get into shape, they need 2 hours a day. Give you an example. So because they believe that they need 2 hours a day, they don't end up going to the gym. And what does that do for them anyway? Lowers their confidence, makes them look like crap anyway. They don't make any progress. Oh, I need my diet to be absolutely perfect, so I can't invest £100, $100 a week into my nutrition. That's why I'm not going to go to the gym, because what's the point if my diet's not on point? And they'll use these excuses. And where do you think these excuses take you? Nowhere, because you end up doing nothing again. So I'm going to give you another example. Let's say now, instead of you thinking, oh, I need to be perfect, imagine you just went. You said, all right, cool, let me just go to the gym first and see what happens. So you go to the gym, and then you start to understand, all right, cool, I've spoke to people now in the gym, or maybe I've been going, I've got some experience. Now I can improve. You've already hit 30 days of not being the post perfect. But those 30 days actually got you closer to being better. And that goes for anything that you do in life. If you try to be perfect all the time, you're only setting yourself up to fail, because no one is perfect. All these guys that you see on social media that have got the best physiques, the best houses, the most money, do you think that they just started to do that thing when they felt like it was supposed to be perfect? No. When it comes to investing in yourself, everyone thinks that they can do everything by themselves, and they probably could, right? But for some reason, they're still not where they want to be. Let's say you're someone who's been struggling to get into shape for years, and now you know it might be time for you to invest in a coach. Now you have to believe that there has to be a perfect time to invest. I need to make sure that my finances are in check, my family's in check, I need to be making sure that I've got all the nutrition, I need to be making sure this is, but you've delayed yourself. From my experience, the people who achieve the most in life are the guys who just go. And the reason why they go and succeed is because they don't fall into comfort. I don't know if you've seen that most people say the overthinkers in life don't actually end up doing anything because they overanalyze every single situation. And the guy who just does stuff, fails, tries again, fails, tries again, gets closer to the goal than the guy who's sitting at home thinking about it. That's the truth. And I fully believe in life you should not aim to be perfect, because then you don't learn. In life you should always go towards failure. Obviously that's not the end goal, but failure will teach you things that makes you succeed. Most people are scared to fail, and this is the exact problem. I'll give you an example, guys. I've been posting on social media since I was 17 years old. I'm now 24 years old. I haven't made it, okay? If I just stopped at 16 or 17 or 18, how would I know if I ever made it? Not every single piece of content is going to be perfect. This video you're watching might not be my best video, but that's just going to put me one step closer because I'm going to learn something from this video. And that's the truth. And what happens is when you're trying to be perfect is you have the all or nothing mindset, where if you are not all in into something, one slip up can feel like a failure. Like if you miss a workout once, that's it, you failed. If you've cheated on your diet, that's it, I failed. And then you stop doing that thing anyway, which makes you go even worse. And instead of correcting yourself, fixing the issue and moving on, you quit. And where does quitting take you? Quitting takes you nowhere. You end up staying in the exact same spot and getting worse. And the thing about chasing perfection is that it ties you to outcomes. When your weight starts fluctuating, for example, it starts going up and down as it normally would, you start to think that it's not working, and that's it, you end up quitting again. And that's exactly what keeps you stuck, because progress doesn't come from hitting ideal numbers. Like I've had clients, for example, they're on a weight loss journey and there'll be a spike of their weight, it goes up. And what happens? They go absolutely crazy. They're like, oh my God, I'm doing the right things. Why is my weight not going down? And I have to explain to them that it is part of the process. Because progress comes from showing up. It doesn't come from hitting ideal numbers and goals all the time. Do you know how many times I've set goals where I didn't hit them? Not because of I wasn't doing the work, it's just that sometimes those outcomes don't come straight away. Now, I can either say, oh, look, I failed, or I can say, you know what, maybe something went wrong, or maybe this is just part of the progress which will take me closer to my goal. Maybe not right now, but maybe in a few years. Stop putting a timeline on things as well, because that gives you unnecessary pressure as well. And the thing is with people who try to be perfect, most of these guys run on motivation. And we all know what happens when you run on motivation. You end up failing, like 100%, because if you are someone who just relies on motivation, you rely on a feeling in order to do some work, what's going to happen when you don't feel great? You're just going to end up not doing the work, and that's going to take you nowhere. Because perfection waits for when you're in the right mood, or when you feel like all the conditions have been met for you to start a certain thing, and that delays you and that stops you from ever doing it. Because when you don't have that feeling of comfort, then you won't do anything. And do you really think in order to be the best you can possibly be in life, you have to act in comfort all the time? Half the shit that you got to do is when you don't want to do it, when you're uncomfortable. And that's exactly where real progress comes. And that is why having systems in your life is so important. Like, guys, stop trying to be perfect. I don't know how many times I need to say it. Your perfectionism will kill you. It will take you nowhere in life. Because the people who aren't trying to be perfect are the guys who's winning. Because there will be people out there who are not trying to be perfect, but they're trying and failing every single day, which takes them one step closer to their overall goal. When it comes to you trying to be perfect, you're never going to build recovery skills, because every time something goes wrong, you end up quitting. You don't actually end up learning how you can actually continue and actually go closer to your goal. That's why long-term success is not built on you being perfect all the time, because no one's perfect. All the successful guys in the world, they aren't better than you because they're disciplined. They're better than you because they've perfected the inconsistent days, the days where they feel like shit, the days that go wrong, the days where they overeat sometimes or cheat on their diet. They've perfected moving on from those days, because those days weren't perfect. And once you start having confidence in yourself to be able to perform, whether you do good or whether you do bad, if you do that over 60 days, if you do that over 6 months, what's going to happen? You're going to get close to your goal, you're going to get more confident, and you are going to actually feel that, damn, I did it. Instead of thinking, oh, damn, I wish I did something back then. And that feeling of regret because you wanted everything to be perfect. So, to end off this video, I know it's just a short one. In life, you just have to go. When you don't feel like it, when you sign up to that coaching, when you invest in that business, you just go. I know the situation won't be ideal. I know it's not going to be the best thing for you, but you're going to live. You're going to live to see another day. You're going to learn, you're going to fail, and that's okay. That's exactly what's going to take you to be successful. So, if you are someone that overthinks like, oh, am I going to invest in this coaching? Is it going to be working out for me? Is this going to work? Is that... You're not going to do anything anyway. And look, it's only going to be temporary discomfort. If you can handle that temporary discomfort, then you'll get to your goals. Because if you can't handle discomfort, you won't win in life. So guys, if you enjoy these little motivational car journeys, just let me know. I will try and fit them in when I'm on my way to the gym. And yeah, I'm about to go hit a nice session. So if you do want to see more gym content and stuff like that, be sure to follow. I'm trying to do a different style of content for all you guys. So yeah, man. So I'll see you guys in the next one.